Hello everyone, and welcome to our project report. My name is Dhruv Sood, and along with my group, we set out to understand why heart disease mortality varies so much across California counties. Our project looks at whether local economic conditions help explain those differences. In simple terms, we asked the counties with lower income and higher unemployment increase higher rates of heart disease deaths. We focused on adults aged 35 or older and used county-level data from the CDC and the USDA to study this. For our overview, we combined heart disease mortality data with 3 years of unemployment measurements and county-level income. After cleaning and merging the datasets, we explored the relationships through visualizations, correlations, and regression analysis. Past research makes it clear that economic stability plays a big role in cardiovascular outcomes. Studies show that lower income and job loss can affect access to healthcare, stress levels, and long-term health behaviors. Our project builds on that work by providing updated California-specific evidence during a period that included major economic disruption from the pandemic. This background research shaped our research question and guided the methods we used throughout the project.
Our research question was simple and direct: how are county level economic conditions, specifically median household income and unemployment, linked to age adjusted heart disease mortality for adults 35 and older across California? We wanted to see whether economic strain showed a measurable connection to cardiovascular outcomes at the population level.
In our investigation, we proposed two main hypotheses. First, that counties with lower median household income would have higher heart rate mortality, and second, that counties with higher unemployment rates would also experience higher mortality. Based on the literature of social determinants of health, economic stability directly affects stress, access to healthcare, and long-term cardiovascular risk. So we expected to see a negative association for income and a positive association for unemployment in our data.
Hi, my name is Sanjana Chaudhary, and I'll be going over the datasets used in this project. So to explore these relationships, we combined two public datasets. The first one was the CDC county-level heart disease mortality dataset, which reports age-adjusted heart disease mortality for adults 35 and older. In California, mortality ranged from about 181 to 389 deaths per 100,000 people. The second dataset comes from the USDA Economic Research Service, which includes unemployment rates for 2019, 2020, and 2021, as well as median household income, which ranged from 50K to 150K across counties. We merged these two datasets by county FIPS codes, giving us a clean dataset of 58 California counties with comparable socioeconomic and health indicators. We performed several cleaning steps to prepare the dataset. All mortality values were converted to numeric and averaged across demographic strata to produce a single age-adjusted rate per county. For the socioeconomic data, we filtered California counties, reshaped unemployment rates for 2019 to 2021 into a wide format, and standardized all FIP codes to ensure a perfect merge. We checked for outliers, but none were severe enough to remove. For example, unemployment ranged from 4.5 to 17.5%, reflecting real pandemic-era variation.
For the analysis, we used Python with libraries like Pandas, Stats Models, and Matplotlib inside a reproducible Jupyter environment. All pre-processing visualizations and models were run end-to-end in our group notebook, and all outputs, including scatter plots, correlation matrices, and regression summaries, were saved so the report can be evaluated without rerunning code.
Our exploratory analysis revealed clear patterns. A scatter plot showed a strong negative relationship between income and mortality, meaning higher income counties had lower death rates. Unemployment showed the opposite pattern, a positive trend, especially in 2021. A correlation matrix confirmed this. Income correlated negatively with mortality, while unemployment in all 3 years correlated positively. Based on these findings, we selected multiple linear regression to estimate the independent effect of income and unemployment on mortality while controlling for each other. Our regression results were highly consistent with our hypothesis. Median household income had a statistically significant coefficient of about negative 0.0010, meaning that for every additional $1,000 in income, mortality dropped by roughly 1 death per 100,000. Unemployment in 2021 had a positive coefficient of 4.19, suggesting that a 1 percentage point increase in unemployment was associated with about 4 additional deaths per 100,000. The model explained 44% of the variation in mortality across California counties, a strong result for a model with only 2 predictors. A residuals v-fitted plot and VIF checks showed no major violations of assumptions like linearity, heteroscedasticity, or multicollinearity.
Ethically, our projects used only public aggregate county-level data, so no personal information was involved. We addressed risks such as ecological fallacy by clearly stating that our relationships are associational and not causal. We also emphasized transparency, reproducibility, and responsible interpretation, ensuring our analysis does not misrepresent or stigmatize specific counties or demographic groups.
To wrap up, our results consistently showed that counties with higher income had lower heart disease mortality and counties with higher unemployment had higher heart disease mortality. These patterns appeared in our visualizations and remained strong in both our regression models, even when we switched unemployment data from a different year. The study can't prove causation, but the consistency of the results support what public health research has been saying. Economic conditions are closely tied to cardiovascular health. Limitations of this include the use of county-level data, the lack of individual health information, and missing factors like insurance coverage or healthcare access. Overall, our findings suggest that the effort to reduce heart disease disparities may require not only medical interventions, but also attention to the economic conditions that shape everyday life across California communities.